Hey guys, I'm Denny Directo, and welcome to the Daily Denny. We are actually live right now, so anything can happen, but thank you for joining us here on Facebook Watch and YouTube. I got a really special guest for us today, and let's just get right to it, because I'm so excited she's here. Please welcome Miss Tara Lipinski.
Aww.
I mean, come on.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming to hang out with me.
Of course.
We're here to talk about Wedding Cake Championship.
Yes.
Season finale next week. I know you guys probably have a lot of questions for Tara. Please leave them in the comment section. We'll get them right here to the iPad, and we'll ask them as they come. But I'm gonna kick things off, I think, because the show is so fun. You guys seem like you're having so much fun. You're, of course, hosting with Johnny Weir.
How can I not have fun?
I mean, you're
you put us
BFF.
anywhere.
I know, exactly. I mean, is it as fun as it looks on TV?
It really is. I mean, Johnny and I, our main gig is obviously figure skating, but throughout NBC, we were able to like move out, branch out, and show up at the Super Bowl or show up at Kentucky Derby and the dog show and the Oscars. So we've really sort of been able to like try new things, which you would never think as figure skating analysts. So coming onto this show, we were like, why not?
I know,
we just kind of flow with it. And it was really fun. Obviously, there's a link with the competition, and we loved that part of it. When we walked away, we were like, this was a real competition. And there was so much drama because you never know really what to expect with the shows. And you're like, how could this possibly happen during a judging? Like the top of the cake just fell off and plopped on the floor. Like that was timed perfectly. Like
you
how
can't write that
you
stuff.
can't write this stuff.
Write it,
and they, so it's all these bakers coming on having to build and create these amazing wedding cakes for real life couples in a condensed amount of time. And there's all this drama and pressure, and it was really fun to sort of watch over the weeks unfold.
I mean, you guys know a thing or two about competition, obviously, but aren't you glad you're hosting it and not the judges, though? Because I feel like that's a tough gig.
We were so excited about that because a lot of people would be like, oh, you're not judging or critiquing. And we're like, no, like it was so much fun to host and be part of it and then not have to be put on the spot as we always are to critique something. But, the one bad thing is like we didn't, well, I did. So this is what happened. So all the judges get to taste the cake. Obviously, that's part of the competition. So we were, on a tight schedule. And afterwards, I was like, okay, I'm not tasting any cake. This is a problem. So I like hit a little fork and like right as they were done, I was like eating the rest of their cakes. I ate so much cake during this process.
I think you earned it, don't you think?
I agree. I just was like, this is gonna happen. I have to live it and breathe it and like.
There's no self-control when you're around any dessert. You just have to go for
Especially
it. So
for me.
I love that. Well, you and Johnny, obviously, people are realizing what a great team you guys make. They want to put you on every show. I mean, is it cool to go through stuff like this with someone like Johnny, someone you've known for so long, and obviously you guys have built such a special rapport?
Yeah, I really can't imagine working without him. We do a lot of things separately, but it's so much fun to be able to work with your best friend, and it's a real genuine friendship we have, and I think it's hard. That's hard to come by on television or pretty much any line of work, to be able to match with someone so perfectly as Johnny and I have, and to know that someone always has your back. And sometimes I just get confused, like the line of fun and work, which is, I guess, a good thing.
Yeah. And do you guys actually get to spend a lot of time together off camera too?
We do. We're like inseparable, like adjoining rooms, and we're always like coming into the hotel, like, what? No adjoining rooms? What are we gonna do?
Well, your husband is on the season finale, and in the preview that I saw, you guys were mentioning Johnny's part of the family. He's like, it's like it's the three of you.
He's part of the family. Like at my wedding, he spoke and did this amazing speech. But he's always so funny because he's like he will only acknowledge it as this way. But he's like, Tara and I married Todd. We found Todd together, like our husband Todd.
Does Todd love it?
Todd and him have a great relationship, which is so much fun. So when the three of us are together, we're just this like trio of craziness.
That's a dream for you. Like,
that's
amazing.
Yeah, I want Johnny not to like. It's happened in the past, and it's never good.
The friend test is important, right? The friend test. I mean, be honest though. Do you and Johnny ever get on each other's nerves?
People ask us this all the time. We had one fight, and then like Johnny is the perfect gentleman. Like he is like textbook perfect of like how to treat a girl, and he's also very aware. So like we had one fight where he like left me somewhere and I couldn't find him, and then I like pouted for a little bit, and he was like did the perfect thing, like, no, I want to talk about it. Let's get
squash it right now.
Yeah, and I was like, really? I love you.
And of course, like in retrospect or the bigger picture, like I guess it wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah,
but
I was like,
but he handled it so well.
But he handled it so well.
I love that. I love that so much. Let's talk about the finale a little bit, because again, it features your husband Todd, and the final three chefs, they have to actually make a cake for you.
Yeah, so it was coming up on our anniversary,
Right.
so it was an anniversary cake, and we sort of put him to the task to make that cake for us, and it was hard because it was hectic. I was hosting and then like running over and being the client.
Right.
And also being on the show with all these bakers for so long, you're like rooting for them, so it was really almost hard to be in that position where I had to like critique their cakes and and be the bearer of bad news on who didn't win. But
that's a lot of pressure.
It was, and it was the finale, so it's like who won all the money. So I don't know. It was a really fun episode, though.
Was it cool to share it with your husband? You know, to have him on set and kind of into your work life.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, obviously, what I do, he's not a part of, you know, and then to be able to somehow find a way where it, you know, like he shows up on set with me, and it's special.
I love that. Well, speaking of special, you guys did just celebrate your 1-year wedding anniversary. I mean, has there been anything that surprised you in this first year of married life?
It's not that different.
Right.
I don't know. Everyone's like, oh, that first year of marriage, it's gonna feel so brand new, and it's like, I don't know. It feels great, but it doesn't feel
that way.
It doesn't feel any different.
Yeah.
You know, I missed the wedding. I'm like, let's go back and do it again.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
But it's nice. I feel like, you know, being married a full year, it really like cements, you know, us as husband and wife, and I don't know, it's been a good year.
That's so special. And I saw on your Instagram that he, because you said he popped the question right away. I think he was nervous and didn't even like say what he wanted to, right? But he finally did.
Oh my God. So the sweetest thing on our anniversary is, so like back when he proposed, he got real nervous, just got down and was like, will you marry me? And we've always talked about it. He's like, oh, I wish I said something. And I was like, yeah, like what would you have said? I'm so interested in like what you would have said. And we've joked about it, but then he like did this whole fun surprise for me and told me what he would have said. So that was really, it was fun.
Special. I mean, can I just say, I think you two are, because I see the way you interact on social media, and I mean, you found the one. Like,
I did.
You're a lucky girl.
I did.
Really
I did.
And you guys will make some cute babies. I mean,
I hope so.
Are you feeling any pressure to like start a family?
I don't feel pressure. I mean, it's something that we definitely want.
Yeah.
And I think that that's going to happen. But you know, the whole pressure thing is like, I feel like if I ever get to that point, like I want it to happen before I all of a sudden feel like it has to happen. So I think we're getting there.
I love that. And plus, you know, you have Johnny to take care of. You know,
I mean,
you got
Johnny
of.
will be mommy.
Speaking of, I mean, I loved your and Johnny's coverage of the Winter Olympics, the ice skating competitions. I also loved the memes. I don't know if you guys did. Did you guys get a kick out of it?
We loved it.
You did?
Loved
okay.
it.
I mean, you guys had to bring a little glitz, a little glam.
I mean, what's so funny about
the
Hunger Games is in 2014, now granted we were only on the Sports Network, but Johnny was like, the aesthetic should be the Hunger Games. Like, it's the Olympics. It should be the, you know, and then finally this Olympics, like, people were picking up on it, and it was hilarious.
Okay, so it was almost like you guys, you were deliberate. You were deliberate.
I mean, we wanted to have fun, and it's a, you know, put on a little show.
Also, sometimes the Olympics can get a little stuffy, you know? So you guys brought some levity to it, and it was really fun. I loved it. I loved it so much. A couple questions coming in already. Helene from YouTube, she says she loves the show. Are you working on anything else with the Food Network?
Not yet, but you never know. Maybe there's a second season or a spinoff. So Johnny and I had such a good time on it. I think that we loved working with everyone. I think that would be a really good home for us.
I love that. Paul from Facebook is just giving a quick shout out to you, saying stunning, love ya.
Aw, thank you.
I love that. So obviously you've been super, super busy, and you're actually working on a new show with Jim Carrey on Showtime. I mean, I know you can't say too much, but what's that experience been like for you?
It's been really cool. I mean, it's like one of those surreal moments when you like walk on a set and you're like, oh, Jim Carrey, and I'm doing a scene with you. Like, what is happening? Yeah. So when the opportunity came, I was like, I'm of course going to take it, and it's the people involved are incredible, and the show I think is going to be really amazing. So it's just been this wild ride, and we're filming right now, and we'll come out in September.
Did you ever imagine that your path would lead you to acting?
I don't, half the things I do, I never thought.
Hosting a wedding cake.
Yeah, like what is happening? But that's the thing, you just go with it. I'm like, yes, I'll do it, whatever, like, I'll figure it out.
Thank you for the opportunity, I will be there. Yeah,
sure.
I mean, do you see more acting in your future though?
You know, I don't actually see more act. It's been really fun. I mean, if opportunities come up, you know, something like that, like how can you not? You know, whatever they said, I would have been like, I'm in. You know, like working with Jim Carrey.
I mean, how could you say no to a comedy icon? I feel like, you know, I mean, one opportunity that I feel makes sense for you is Dancing with the Stars. Is that something that would ever be in your wheelhouse? Like, would you be interested in doing Dancing with the Stars?
I don't know. Sometimes, you know, over the past few years, there's been opportunities, but it's never just been the right fit. But I love watching the show, and so I'll never say never, but I don't know.
Okay, I just feel like you would be great on it. You know, personality-wise.
I mean, I'd love to go. Like, if Johnny and I could go on and dance together, that would be like ideal. So maybe they should like mix and match.
Mix the partners a little bit. No, you should compete against him, don't you think?
I know we hate that though.
Do you?
We do, because a lot of people always be like, oh, like maybe like you guys, and we're like, no. Yeah. We don't go against each other.
Maybe he should do it. You could cheer him on or something.
Right, exactly.
You know? Yeah. Did you watch this last season with the all athletes?
I did, and Adam was so good.
It was awesome.
All of them were really good.
Because
they're all like athletes.
Exactly, because athletes tend to do really well on those shows. So I was like curious to see how this was going to play out with so many people at the top of their game in their sport.
No,
you know?
I know.
And there was actually a couple figure skaters that played Tanya Harding and stuff.
Oh, I know. There was 3 figure skaters.
I know.
It was crazy.
What did you think of Tanya on the show? They kind of, you know, they were saying it was a little bit of her comeback by being on the show. Yeah.
I mean, I have a pretty strong view on it. I mean, I think, you know, I grew up in the time of the Tanya and Nancy era, and I don't know. I just sort of feel like we should always remember, though, that sportsmanship is something to be valued, no matter, you know, where you come from or you know, I think there's a lot of athletes across the world that have, you know, had trauma in their childhood and still are able to play fair on the field. So, you know, I think we always should remember that. Absolutely. Is all I'll say.
No, that reminds me of something that Adam said to us. You know, he mentioned that he had some remarks about Tanya and how she's perceived in the skating world. So do you agree? Does she have a bad rep?
She definitely has a bad rep. I mean, you know, I know the movie, you know, a lot of people sympathize with her life, and I think there are a lot of things that were terrible that happened to her. But again, at the end of the day, I think you have to take ownership and make sure that whatever happens on the playing field should be fair. And yeah, I think a lot of the skaters feel the same way.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I can only imagine, really.
Yeah, because you can't forget. I mean, you have to remember Nancy and what. I mean, can you imagine what she went through? It's just terrible. So
because her career changed from that moment.
Yeah, I mean, she was getting ready to go to the Olympics, and it was
absolutely. A couple more questions from fans. Cassie Love from YouTube. What's your favorite cake?
My favorite cake? Well, I'm a big chocolate fan, so anything chocolate. But if you add like peanut butter, see, I'm like the more I'm like the disgusting person that's like, add that and brownies and chocolate
Oreos
syrup. Yeah, like I'll take it all. I'm like a 12-year-old kid.
Yeah. Kara from Facebook wants to know, is the podcast coming back?
Oh, I know. It's been really hard because Johnny's been traveling this summer. I hope it comes back because that's been really fun. It's so nice for Johnny and I every week to sort of like, it's like we're having a phone conversation and catching up. But with the show and everything we've been doing, it's been hard to do. But guys, I'll try to make it happen.
Just got to get him into a room, right? Yeah. I think you should probably just follow him around.
Right.
Get that microphone.
Exactly.
We want to hear more of the podcast. Donald's loving the Olympic necklace. You know what? I noticed that too.
Thank you.
I mean, obviously, that is such a big part of your story and your legacy. Is that something you still really hold close to your heart?
I do. What's funny is, like, a lot of Olympians will always get, like, a tattoo or something, and I've never done that, but I felt my parents got this for me when I went to this past Olympics, and I feel like it's my little tattoo.
Yeah,
you know, it's a good little memory.
Tattoos are a little too permanent for me.
So me too. Me too. That's like, no, I'll remember it.
Yeah, and also, like, to be fair, it's like a lot of colors too. Just sounds like a big tattoo.
Exactly. There's a lot going on.
Well, you know, you have said that you realized your brand early on, and that you need to be a role model for young women who aspire to follow their dreams. I mean, what advice do you give to those young women and young men too, chasing their own?
Yeah, I think, you know, growing up in a sport like skating, where, you know, the Olympics rolls around once every 4 years, you're lucky if you go to one of them, and anything can happen, and the chances of sort of fulfilling a dream you might have had, for me, it was to win an Olympic gold medal, is, you know, they're slim. The chances are far and few between, but few and far between. But I think that, you know, what I learned most was just every day believing in that, even though it seemed a bit impossible, and putting in that hard work and never giving up, and all those cliche things really, I feel, like, pay off, you know? And if I had, there's so many days I wanted to give up and so many days I wanted to get off the ice and be like, this will never happen. Like, what are the chances? But it happens. So you just you have to believe.
You have to believe and just trust the journey,
yes.
right? And then also seize every opportunity,
exactly.
which is exactly what you're doing right now.
Yes.
right?
Yes.
It's like what you're still doing. Lance from Facebook is saying, Tara, you ooze class, and that's a long-held personal opinion. That
thank
was
you.
really sweet. That's really, really nice. But like I mentioned, you're so busy. When you're not hosting, commenting, and acting, I mean, what do you do in your spare time?
I have a big dog, Dublin.
Yeah, that's right.
So my husband and I love to like chill at home. We love to travel. So it's either traveling or like watching Netflix and being with our dog, Dublin, and hanging out with friends and game nights and that type of thing.
Do you guys have any vacations planned for the rest of the summer?
No, I'm kind of sad. Our like summer vacation's over. We just went to France.
Oh, that's right.
And it was beautiful.
Yeah.
But then you're coming home and you're like, oh, it's over. It's over. I want to go back.
You're like, back to reality actually kind of sucks. Yeah, that's usually how vacations
start
work,
over.
Right? Well, I'm so excited. Thank you so much for being here.
Of course, thank you.
Wedding Cake Championship season finale airs on Monday, right?
9/8 Central.
Oh my God, I can't wait. Season 2, can we please make it happen? Let's get that trending. Like, I would love to see you guys back judging wedding cakes.
Thank you.
Eating cakes. But yeah, thanks again for being here. And thank you guys for watching and submitting your questions. This went by way too fast, but thanks for hanging out. Make sure you guys come back tomorrow for a brand new Daily Denny. All right, enjoy your Thursday, guys. Bye.